I work as a personal trainer at our local rec center. And I also do some health and nutritional coaching on the side for some of my clients. And I'm also a full-time mom and just all-around busy person. My biggest things were probably digestive issues. That's been a thing that has been plaguing me for many, many years. But what brought me to you was basically getting to a point where I had all the nutrition down. I had all the physical activity, exercise, everything was good. But then I all of a sudden started gaining all this weight inexplicably, and just, you know, with doing everything that I knew how to do and being as healthy of a person as I possibly could be, I just couldn't figure out what was happening, which kind of led me to you. Since working with you and being in the On Track program, the biggest thing that I've really appreciated about working with you is that you've really given me a sense of direction, given me the questions to ask to my doctors and my naturopath, and just really getting me on the right road to recovery, and not just like, you know, kind of standing in a place with my hands up in the air, kind of just wondering what was going on, right? So I've been following a kind of paleo type diet for a long time, for about 4 years, probably since the birth of my daughter, and just trying to eliminate all those like things that I knew were the obvious kind of inflammatory foods in my life, so mostly dairy and grains. And I did find a lot of relief from that, but after I had heard about the whole keto diet, I just thought, you know, my biggest drawing to the keto diet was how everybody talked about how it reduced inflammation, and I knew I had a lot of inflammation in my body, just joints, gut, whatever. So I hopped on the keto train last June, and it seemed to be going really well for the first like 3-4 months that I was doing it. And actually in September, I did a powerlifting competition, and it was like, as soon as that was done, all of a sudden I started not feeling right, started gaining this random weight, even though I was still training, still eating my keto diet, just doing everything that I was doing before, and just couldn't figure out why I was just still gaining weight, feeling terrible, wasn't recovering from my workouts. I would work out for like 1 week and I'd have to take like a week off. And then I would try again, and I would work out once or twice in a week, and then I would just be wasted for like another week and a half, where my muscles just wouldn't recover. And I was getting super frustrated. So I was still doing the keto diet at this, still keeping my carbs super low, and not figuring out what was going wrong. So, you know, we kind of had talked about introducing a bit of carbs back. I went back in February after having my first appointment with you. I went back to like a paleo low carb type diet, and I actually started to be able to train again after that. You know, still only twice a week, but that was better than nothing, because I literally had to take off like 3 months because I just would not recover from my workouts at all. So besides doing walks or jogs or yoga, that was pretty much all I was doing up until February, which was really hard for me as a personal trainer, like to not be able to do my workouts, right? So, and I just kept gaining all through those months. So it was really, really hard on me emotionally and physically. So found out that I had really low progesterone and also low thyroid hormones. My regular doctor didn't want to check for any of this stuff, so I'm very thankful that my naturopath sent me for these blood work. So I've been on the progesterone and the thyroid now for like 2 months, 1 month kind of, from progesterone to thyroid. And I have seen, for me, a dramatic change in my energy levels, and also just this weight is just like coming off so quickly now. And I am doing the keto diet, but in a kind of a cyclical fashion. So doing super low carb for 2 days, and then doing a carb up of about, I would say, 100 net carbs on my carb up day, and I'm keeping my carbs toward nighttime for supper mostly. So that seems to be going really well for me. And I feel like I'm starting to recognize when I need a carb up, I start to like almost crave them that night, and I don't, on a regular day, I don't crave them at all. So I feel like I'm starting to recognize a little bit more how I feel and when I need them. So that's been great. This is a great program because if you don't have a direction, it gives you a direction. You have, like I said, those great question and answers. Like even if a person didn't have an appointment with you, you can still ask those questions, right? It gives you meal plans that if you really have no direction with your food, you know, there's 4 different meal plans of great food. So, you know, there's that too. And then you have all these other really great bonus extra things like the monthly challenges that you do, and just all the little extras that you put into it. I really feel like it's a program that's worth a lot more than what people pay for it. So I'm very thankful for it.